All right, folks. Michael, Vintage Diesel Equipment Service. I got an interesting one for you. Kind of a odd one. Ain't too many of you out there gonna need this. And then at the same time, it has a familiar engine. What I have for you today is, well, it's a roller. It is a Bomag, what is that, Fayette Group? Maybe I mispronounced that. Probably. Who knows? Alright, and we've got this little tag here, and it says it is a BMP8500. This here is a 2017 model. So, it's having some running issues, and based on the description that I was given, it sounds like it could just be a fuel filter. But what we have under the, to quote Derek from Vice Grip Garage, under the power barn, we have us a Kubota. It's the D1005. And like I say, what we're going to do is change out the fuel filter, because it seems to have some, like I say, some drivability issues. Our fuel filter is here. This particular one is a Baldwin BF1226. Where I get my filters, they don't carry Baldwin. So, I'll show you what I got. But essentially, what you're going to do, unscrew this filter. Okay? You're going to fill your new filter up, screw it on, crack that right there open. That is going to be your air bleed. You're going to pump your pump and bleed the air. I believe this one has an electronic fuel pump, so that'll make that simple. And then you're off to the races. Should crank and run. So give me a few minutes to get set up, and we're going to switch that dude out and do just that. Here we go. Okay, folks, so if you're curious, the replacement filter for the Baldwin BF, what is it, 1226 Wix 33472. Like I said, 33472. That's going to be your Wix equivalent. Or if you're replacing the factory filter for your Kubota D1005, this will be your filter. By the way, if you're just getting into this, if you're just beginning to learn, maybe you're just servicing your own, or you're starting to service equipment, these filter wrenches, very helpful. And I do not have one to show you at the moment, but if it's just too tight to do with this, or the space is too confined, you're going to want a strap wrench. Maybe whenever I review this, I'll try to see if I can't remember to post a picture of a good strap wrench. Maybe the model to get. No, we'll see. So, now, I'm sure some of you are going to tell me, no, don't do it this way, Michael. Well, it works. There's zero wrong with this fuel. Now, if you've got a contaminated fuel system, you don't want to do what I'm about to do. Okay? But if you do not have a contaminated fuel system, you're just simply going to pull your filter refill it, refill it with your original filter, just like that. And you get your new filter into place. Huh. I didn't bring a rag. Okay. One of the other things you're gonna want to get is a paint pen. Alright. Now, you don't want to get silly with it, but a quarter turn, okay? After it's hand tight. Of course, I couldn't quite get it hand tight while ago. Alright, so now we got our date. Now we got our day. What we're going to do is reach in here and open up our bleed screw. Mercy me. Alright, air is just flowing out of there. Try and get you over here where you can see it. You're just going to keep running until all those air bubbles work their way out. So you're starting to get less. Here in a moment, all them air bubbles will go away. And it'll start rolling fuel. We just wait on it, okay? A lot of air. Oh, you know what? Well, I was afraid I might have been in time lapse and didn't pay attention, but come to find out, I did. All right, so you can see there's a lot of air in here. And we're just waiting on all those air bubbles. Whenever we start getting fuel, when we start getting fuel, and we will, it'll start running down the side right here, and we'll just wait on it. That way you'll know. Yep, we are just awaiting. And you'll kind of see it in real time. This dude has a lot. We are just awaiting. Yep. A while ago I wasn't able to get the filter completely full, so it's expected that there was a lot of air. There was probably almost a quarter of the top of the filter not done. You might be in a similar situation. The fuller you get it, the less air you're gonna have, though. I mean, that's just nature of the beast, right? Well, while this bubbles, it'd probably be a good idea if you're doing this to go ahead and check your air filter, just your air filter. There we go. Just above that. Coincidentally, I already have checked it, so won't be necessary in our particular instance. Yep. It's been a long time. We're still waiting. if you're wondering, I could have pulled the set screw, but yeah, kind of wanted you to get the point. All right, I'm running out of patience, so we're just gonna pull it and let it go ahead and pull. Doesn't really seem to be helping out there. Now, if you'll notice, see how it screws kind of tapered down the side? See, that's how that works. That's how it lets that air out. Alright, I'm going to look and see if we've got a primer bulb on it. If not, I'll go ahead and arm the system and get the pump to pump. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll catch you. Alright folks, some time has passed, but we are back on our Bomag BMP8500 with eco mode. And since that period of time, there's supposed to be a new battery. And look at that, there sure is. There's a brand new battery in there. All right, well, I tell you what, we're gonna try and crank this dude. Has a pretty elaborate startup process, but apparently it was having a, I guess you would refer to it as a drivability problem. We're gonna see if the fuel filter has corrected that. So I believe it should. All right, so as I was saying, there is, well, an elaborate, here, let me get my screen active so I can see that you can see. It's a rather elaborate startup process because this runs by, well, this fancy remote here. So with that said, let me, I'm having to, the door won't stay up, so I'm having to prop it on my head. Yep, that's happening. All right, so we take our fancy key, put it in the ignition. Let's see here. Oh, 109 dBA inside a big metal hay barn. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be, yeah. All right, so step one, turn the big key, and then step two is, I'm going through all of this beforehand so that I know that I know. Okay, wow, I don't have enough hands, folks. You know what, give me a second, give me just a doggone second. Hey, looky there, there's a stick. And of course there's always got to be a phone going off, you know, that's always beneficial. All right, now let's see. Let's tell you what. I'm gonna put you fine folks kind of over here with me. Let's see. All right. Now. Alright, so let's see. Turn the big key. Check. There's that. Swing that switch. It's done. Center this one. It is. Turn this key and did I mention it's noisy? I did, right? I'm pretty sure I did. Very noisy. All right. Why? Wait 10 seconds. Okay, we need to check our fuel, because remember, all right, let me run and get a screwdriver. We're going to unhook this loud horn for a few minutes, because I had my feel. All right. Okay folks, so here's what I figured out. It is a very cold natured running little motor. Yep. So about the only thing I know to do is go over here and we're gonna run this linkage in a little bit. That'll put a little bit more tension on this and give it a little bit more RPM. Just a little. It doesn't need much, but it needs enough. Because essentially, when it's cool and it hits down close to what is set to idle, it just dies. It just doesn't have enough idle to stay running. So, with that said, I'm going to adjust that real fast and see what that does for us. Give me a moment. We'll get after that. Alright, we're going to get in here and try to do this for the camera. Maybe it won't be too bad. But it looks like I'm gonna need something smaller for alignment. Come on now, there we go. Alright. Sorry about the phone, folks. What can I say? I'm a busy man. Set that right there for a moment. Okay. What is the chance? How about that? Let me go get something to hold that. Okay, so we'll see if this works. Goodness gracious. Yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go in a couple of turns. There's a half. There's one turn. 1.5 turns. There's 2 full turns. Let's see where we wind up now. Okay. All right. It's finally got all that back. Tell you what, we're just gonna let's give this a try. See if this makes it. We're gonna sit here and idle without turning off. So give me just a second to get everything off of it. We'll rearm the system and we'll go for it. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright folks, so our little BMP8500 Bomag, well, it runs really good. You know, I'll go ahead and crank it up for you one more time. I was gonna operate this dude in here, but I tell you what, the space is just so super tight that I personally think that it is a bad choice. Okay, it is. You know what, I need to hook up their beeper, so let me go back through this process here. Let me hook up their really, really loud horn. Of course, that's essentially required for all of our work sites. All right, loud noise coming. I told you. Alright, man, you can hear it. It's running quite well now. Alright, go ahead and idle it up. I don't really feel like there's enough room in here to really do much with this thing. So what we are instead going to do is we're just going to shut this noisy dude down, because we've done all we need to do. Let me get all of this secure, turn the system off, and just like that, folks, this little roller is all taken care of. Runs, does what it's supposed to now. So thanks so much for watching. I really need to start doing this at the first of the videos. I keep forgetting to. I noticed that every week there's like 1,000 new watchers, but I've only got like 730 subscribers, I believe, at the filming of this, and I appreciate every single one of you. But if you know folks would subscribe, wow, we would have quite the crowd here. I'd sure appreciate it too. Maybe the notification bell, it'll tell you when we have a next video out. which will be soon because I've got a lot of content and it's all coming quick. So maybe click the like too. I mean, I'm just saying, this ain't as easy as you might think. Thanks so much for watching Vintage Diesel Equipment Service, folks. We'll see you again soon.